All right, so today's video is going to be a little different. We're call this the quest continues. So I'm in my computer room quarantined. My wife has the vid, so she's in the back half of the house. I stayed at the front this week. Get that done and over with, and we'll carry on. But so this video is going to call it, like I said, the quest continues, but it's more like this is not a buyer's market when it comes to cars right now. So as y'all all know, in the last video, I told you I'm starting to look for a car. So we've been actively looking for a couple weeks. Even went to Spokane last weekend to look at a couple cars. Now, I'm not going to mention what I'm getting or what I'm looking at. And I'm not going to mention any names of businesses on any of this. So just to be fair for everybody. So we went to Spokane, left here at 5 o'clock in the morning. I had been talking to a dealership almost all week, and they had a couple nice cars, 3 of them, almost all exactly the same. One 2008 that had been sitting on their lot since June and only had 80,000 miles on it, but had been on their lot since June, and you'll understand why in a bit. And then they had 2 2010s, both the same car, just a little different option package. So left here at 5 a.m., got there right as they opened. They knew I was coming, for one. They had all day Friday. Both cars were buried in the middle of the lot, surrounded by cars, so they didn't even have them out to where I could look at them or test drive them easily. One of them had a flat tire. And both cars booked for about $8,000 on the 2 2010s. That's what an ADA book is. And we are currently working with a local bank to get financing. We're pre-approved, with our credit with the house and everything else. We were good to go. It was a no-brainer. But fix this. They had their own financing and stuff, which had good interest rates and really low payments. The problem is the 2 2010s, one was almost $12,000 and the other one was $13,000. So that's $4,000 and $5,000 over what book value is. And I'm sorry, with most dealerships you're running into that right now, it's the same thing all throughout my area anyway. I don't know what it's doing, East Coast, West Coast, whatever. So like it's been, I guess, a year and a half since we bought my wife's car before all this crap hit. And it's a 2007 Toyota Highlander hybrid. You might have seen it in some of the videos, and it had under 100,000 miles on it. And the dealership we bought it from did a bunch of work on it. New timing belt. They serviced the whole thing, full detail. I have a receipt of everything they did. And we paid like $11,000 with the extended warranty and stuff. That same car I have found online with 200,000 miles on it, and they want $15,000. It's ridiculous. It is not a buyer's market. It's a seller's market. So in this quest for me to try and find a new car, by the way, I should mention the Jetta sold. The first person that came and looked at it, the Jetta sold immediately out the door. And I priced it at book value. I did not go above and beyond. I'm not trying to price gouge anybody. So that thing sold for like $3,000. But back to the other stuff, it's just ridiculous. We looked at cars all day Saturday and wore her out. And I think that's what caused her to get sick. So it's probably my fault. Well, it's always my fault, but that's beside the point. Love my wife. So we've done all that. Ended up looking at, there was one here in town that I should have bought, and I didn't. But it was only about $7,000. So now I'm working a car deal with a dealership here local for the exact same car that was in Spokane in an automatic. Well, I should have mentioned the two 2010s that were in Spokane. One was a 5-speed, one was an automatic. The 5-speed was $12,000, the automatic was $13,000. Get that. So now I'm looking at one here in town, exact same spec as one of the ones that was in Spokane, only with an automatic, and they want $10,000. So it's still $2,000 over what it is, but it's not 4 or 5. Now the issue I'm running to is that certain dealership said they had some engine work done, head gaskets, timing belts, other maintenance like that. But when I go to look at the car, it's out of coolant. They put coolant in it. I find an active coolant leak on a head. So now I've got to wait till Monday and have an independent shop look at it for a pre-service inspection. And this shop is local here up in Columbia Falls. They do really good work. They're very knowledgeable on that particular type of car, so it should, depending upon what they say, I may back out of the deal. I can't justify paying anywhere between $2,000 and $4,000 more than book value on a car, and the banks aren't going to do that either. They're not going to go upside down. So they're going to loan on your book value and force you to put more money down out of your pocket, which is not what most people are expecting or what you want to do. So I don't know, we'll see. This dealership that I'm working with right now lowered their price to where we were comfortable with the down payment, and the bank was comfortable with the loan and the down payment. So it's kind of a win-win for everybody other than the issues that I found, and we'll see what happens during the inspection. Because the dealership paid to have this. So the dealership paid to have the service work done, and they're not getting what they paid for one. So we both agreed to take it to an independent shop, have them inspect it, so they know whether or not they got screwed by somebody. Because you guys know I tinker around in the shop. You see what I do. So to me, it looked like it's not been a part. There's things that should have been a part that still have nuts covered in grease and oil and dirt. And it's not, if it was done, it's not done right. And it's not done good. And in that case, I don't want that shop working on it if I'm going to buy that car. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, it's still $2,000 over book value. But I'm happy with the loan. Bank's happy with the loan. We're happy with the down payment. But still, why don't I just go pay cash $4,000 or $5,000 for a car that's going to last a couple years, still be fun? I found a Audi A4 Quattro for sale for $4,000. I have that in cash. I mean, I got the $3,000 I sold the Jetta for. We got money in the bank, so it's all-wheel drive Quattro with a 6-cylinder. So that's just one example. I don't know. Private party maybe would be the way to go. Dealerships are just outrageous on their prices, and it's, like I said, it's everywhere. So, you know, you guys be careful. It may not be a good time to get into a car payment, but this is just my opinion. You guys do your own research and find what you like and what you're comfortable with. But with all these shortages and part shortages and chip shortages, until that goes away, it may not be a really good idea to buy a used car right now, because driving around here, our new car lots have hardly any inventory. None. 15, 20 cars on the lot. It's bad here anyway. I've never seen these car lots with that little of inventory, or so, you know, in the new department. So that drives the used car prices way up, and it just affects everybody. It's a snowball effect. So if you're looking, maybe look private party, pay cash, get you something that'll get you by and have fun. So, well, that's my opinion. I'd like to hear your guys' opinion in the comments. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.